Class 10th Social Geography Chapter 2 Forest and Wildlife Resources. 4 mark questions and 1 mark questions we are going to discuss. These are also 4 mark questions, but first you have to complete these 4 questions and then you can read these 3 questions. Okay, so let's start. First question: what is biodiversity? Why is biodiversity important for human lives? The variety of life forms on the earth, such as plants, animals, microorganisms that are present in an area. Biodiversity helps to the stability and strength of ecosystems. Plants, animals, and microorganisms recreate the quality of the air, the water, and the soil. We depend on forests for many purposes. So, you have to write like this. Second question: how have human activities affected the depletion of flora and fauna? Explain. Expansion of the railways, agriculture, and mining activities, shifting cultivation, construction of river valley projects, grazing and fuel wood collection. Flora and fauna means plants and animals. What are the activities affected the flora and fauna? Depletion of flora and fauna. Third question. Distinguish between reserved forest and protected forest. You have to write difference between reserved forest and protected forest. Reserved forest. These forests are meant for conservation of forest and wildlife resources. These are most valuable. Reserved forests are most valuable. These forests are protected from any further depletion. In these forests, people are not allowed. In these forests, all activities are permitted except those prohibited. Means you can see here, in these forests, people are not allowed practice cultivation, collect fruits, or herd, hunt animals. Here, only prohibited people. In these forests, all activities are permitted except those prohibited. Okay. Fourth question. Describe how communities have conserved and protected forests and wildlife in India. In Sariksa, in Sariska Tiger Reserve, Rajasthan, villagers have fought against mining. The people in Rajasthan banned hunting in the Bhairodev Dakau Sonchuri. In Uttarakhand, people organized the Chipko movement to prevent the deforestation. Fourth point, people are producing diversified crops without the use of synthetic chemicals through Beej Beej Bachao Andolan and Navadhanya. 1 mark questions. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is defined as the variety of life forms on the earth, such as plants, animals, microorganisms that are present in an area. Sixth question. When was the Indian Wildlife Protection Act implemented? 1972. When was the Project Tiger launched? 1973. Eighth question. What is reserved forest? The forest which is meant for conservation of forest and wildlife resources is called reserve forest. Hunting animals, you can see here also. You can write these lines, okay? Hunting animals and game cultivation, etc., are not allowed in reserve forests. Ninth question. What is protected forest? The forest which is protected from any further depletion is called protected forest. All activities are permitted in protected forest except those prohibited. Remaining 4 mark questions. Up to now we have seen four 4 mark questions and remaining 4 mark questions you have to read now. First question means remaining 4 mark questions. Write a note on good practice towards conservation of forest and wildlife. First point, people should resist deforestation and promote afforestation. Example, co-movement. Local people should be involved in management of degraded forest. Example, joint forest management. Worshipping the trees and preserving them. Example, mandas and santas worship Muguye and Kadamba trees. Not allowing hunting in forest area. Example, Bhairav Dev, Dakau, Sonchuri, Sonstrui in Rajasthan. Second question. Write about Project Tiger. Project Tiger was launched in 1973. Tiger pollution, sorry, sorry, tiger population is decreasing due to poaching, fur trade, shrinking habitat, etc. Project Tiger is started to save tigers from extinction. Some tiger reserves are started under Project Tiger. Example, Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand and Sundarbans National Park in West Bengal. Third question, distinguish between national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. National parks and wildlife sanctuaries. You have to write differences. National parks are highly protected areas where no human activities like grazing or collection of resources are allowed, and they focus on conserving entire ecosystems. Wildlife sanctuaries protect specific animal species, and certain human activities may be permitted with fewer restrictions than in national parks. So, we have discussed all these questions. Thank you for watching.